Oh crap! I forgot to mention, Kojima's looking for a studio to remake Metal Gear Solid using the Fox engine.
Oh, fuck off. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GSC Podcast. I'm your host, Louchy. This week I'm joined by Johnny.
Hello.
Jamie C.
Hello.
And Gianni Spagnoli.
Hello.
You probably noticed there was no podcast last week.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was my bad.
So what happened then? So what happened? So last week there was a podcast, right?
All right, yeah, there was a podcast.
I don't even podcast.
It was an hour and a half long, and by the time we finished recording it, I realised that MP3 Skype recorder wasn't working, so we got none of it. So we sat and spoke on Skype for an hour and a half about some cool stuff.
Which was lovely.
Which was lovely, yeah, but it just didn't end up being a podcast.
Ben
So we have to,
he almost committed suicide afterwards when he found out. He was so angry.
I was pretty
That
distraught,
was insane.
man.
That was entertainment, though.
It was worth it.
That's right. No one will ever hear me get that angry again, though, so it's all good. Unless it stops recording in like the next 5 minutes.
It'll be like, "Grr." For this first bit of the podcast, you have to do some sort of abridged version then. And
What of last week's?
Yeah.
We spoke about stuff, and then I had a big, massive rant about Dead Rising 3 for about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was super silent because I kind of killed the mood, and then Skype died, and that was the end. Kind of a blessing if people did miss it.
Fuck it, it was podcast gold as well.
It was really good.
Last week could potentially be the best podcast we'll ever do.
Don't tell people that. Oh my god.
Ben.
One day we'll find a file amongst all your porn on your laptop and we'll release it to the world. Our greatest hits.
Maybe. It will never happen again, though. I promise we won't miss another week. Or if we do, you'll have prior notice.
Yeah.
So, talking of this week, we should probably go over what we've been doing this week. Johnny, what have you been playing / doing this week, dude?
So at the weekend, I played the best game I've made, aka The Last of Us.
Oh my god, yes you did.
So Jamie and Gianni are both... Well, Jamie hasn't started and Gianni's a little bit way through it.
So
no...
We're okay to talk about the game mechanics and stuff, but no story spoilers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Giving me no plot.
Given no plot. So when the spaceships come...
Indiana Jones just looks up and sees the spaceship flying away.
But no, the story, I know we can't say anything about it, but it is very well done, and it's a clever ending. Thoroughly enjoyed everything about it. There wasn't one single bit that I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd also say if you've ever read the book The Road, or seen the film The Road, it's got a very similar atmosphere throughout the game, and that sort of fucking just shit atmosphere, basically. Everything's shit. Like, I love it. Good.
Ellie, great character. I know you don't like her as much as Elizabeth from BioShock.
I'm so torn, man. The thing is, as a character, I wanted to protect Elizabeth more, and maybe that made me like her character more. But that's because she was basically useless. She just threw you money and guns, man, is all she did. Whereas Ellie sort of has a way of defending herself, even though she's never a target. Like, she'll pop up and throw bricks at people and stuff. Like,
yeah, she'll stab them and stuff.
So she doesn't feel useless. So maybe I was like, well, she can take care of herself more. But I don't know. They're both really, really good characters. I think when I was playing through the game, though, I kind of liked Elizabeth more.
Well, I haven't played BioShock yet, so I can't make a comparison. But Ellie, I really enjoyed Ellie. In a way. What?
Nasty. We're not even 5 minutes in. There's already been a weird rape reference. You make me sick.
Ellen Page is saying she's really pissed off about the likeness that Naughty Dog have used then as well.
Yeah, she said that what was the word she said? She said that they ripped off her likeness and she doesn't appreciate it because obviously she's in the Two Souls
Beyond
Two Souls with Willem Dafoe. Yep, and so yeah, I think she's a little bit annoyed. But
My problem with her saying that, though, is in the first trailer, she looked a lot like Ellen Page, right?
Yeah.
But they changed her completely. Like, she doesn't look like Ellen Page anymore. Just because she's wearing... just because she's wearing an outfit that looks similar to the outfit she wore in judo, like she.
The problem is obviously she's got that like just a generic like cute sort of big eye round face look though, right? It's just I don't know. I wouldn't say it looks like Ellen Page.
No, I'm sorry. When they said they changed it, it's not changed that much. It's really they've done absolutely minimum they could get away with.
Really? There's a GIF out there somewhere which shows the original Ellie look to the new Ellie look, and it just goes back and forth. It's a bigger difference than you think, man. She used to look just like Ellen Page, and now she looks nothing like her.
Yeah, but even now, when I was playing it, I was just like, she looks like Ellen Page, and I saw the news report not long afterwards. It's like, oh yeah, it's like it didn't surprise me because I don't know. I wouldn't say it's totally different. There's so much more they could have done. I mean, they could have even changed their race if they wanted to.
Yeah, I guess so. Well,
you know,
maybe that says more to it than I originally thought. Then, because I personally don't think she looks like Ellen Page. Like, if you do, and Ellen Page herself does, and still a lot of the internet does, then maybe she does.
Yeah, there is still some likeness, I think. But regardless, like the writing's really well done. The characters, man, are just perfect, and the issues that they deal with.
It's probably the most real side. Gianni, are you still playing Last of Us right now?
Yeah, I'm playing it in real time.
Oh, fucking hell.
It keeps him occupied.
It keeps it quiet.
Nice to know we've got your full attention then.
Like waiting in the doctor's surgery and he gets to go and play in the kids area.
Oh, man.
Great. But,
that's right now.
I was trying to get to a bit where I could saving it. Now I'm sort of...
It always saves every second, doesn't it?
Alright, so this is the Gianni playing The Last of Us podcast then. Just keep playing it, man, and chip in from time to time.
Oh, great.
But
yeah, what I was going to say. Yeah, The Last of Us. There's nothing that I could say that could be improved.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I was talking about this earlier as well. Like, there's nothing... When I was playing through that game, there was only one single moment where I got frustrated with it. Yeah. And the rest of the game I thought was, like, really fair. So
yeah, very fair.
There was nothing I really wanted to complain about at all. Other than that, right, it's not really a spoiler. There's basically a turret segment.
Yeah.
In the middle of the game, right? And it's very short, right? Johnny, I was on Skype with Johnny whilst he was playing it, and he breezed through it in like a minute, whereas it took me best part a quarter of an hour, like just sat failing over and over again. So
yeah, it's not difficult. It just depends how good you are.
So I obviously suck at the game, and that's why I found it grating. But Johnny breezed through it. That was the only thing that I would complain about, though. So
yeah, which I don't have to complain. Very well done. You know what? When I was playing it, obviously it's done by the guys who made Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
So they know what they're doing. But to me, it felt like a sequel to a game. Like, just everything was so polished and like great. It just felt like so this has had like a good couple of iterations to.
They did that on purpose, though, didn't they? It was supposed to come out last November.
I see.
And they made the decision to postpone it for 6 months so that they could polish it up properly.
It makes sense because they know exactly what they're doing. Like making the Uncharted games has just helped them so much. They're just a great team at Naughty Dog.
I think all around it was a fantastic decision because not only did we end up with a better game, they also missed out the competition in the busy Christmas sales period. And that shows because they were 1.4 million copies sold in the first week?
Around that, which is very good.
For a console exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, because Uncharted 3, the last game, sold like 500,000, you said?
Yeah, about 500,000.
So, which is, not very, not high. That's a failure in an EA standard.
That's very true, man.
So, a complete failure because Dead Space had to sell like 5 million, wasn't it?
Just to break even, yeah.
Yeah, so... But yeah, I do hope The Last of Us does well.
Gianni, as you're playing it right now, is there anything that you wanted to speak about?
I can't believe we're actually talking about the same game at times. I mean, graphics aside and stories line aside, you can't turn around and tell me that this combat is actually any good. It's absolutely ridiculous.
How are you playing?
No.
Mate.
Listen, there's one bit where you're forced into a room, and then they all rush you, right? And you have 3 or 4 of them on you, and at that point you can't have leveled up enough to have to do any real damage or to be able to shoot fast enough. So
is that the first time you see clickers?
It's not long afterwards.
Like and it's like pitch black, and there's quite a lot of them.
That first room where you drop down.
We're talking the
bloody annoying.
The train station bit. Well, it's not like a train station. I think it might be like a subway station, where it's really dark. You start next to a load of lockers, and there's like clickers walking around.
Yeah. There's that bit, which was it was irritating me so much that I ended up having to put it on an easier difficulty, and this you ended up just running through, because
if
I don't think I have the patience on this sort of game to sit there.
It's not an action game.
For 5 minutes waiting to see what goes on.
Oh yeah, see, that's where we're different then, because every time I go into a new area, I go and I get into cover and I go into listening mode and I see where everything is and I listen to all their conversations, and then as soon as they stop talking or like doing what they're doing, that's when I go out and start working my way around them.
Yeah,
no,
like
but it's not really,
Solid.
It's not as easy. It's not as simple as that. I've not come at the very beginning, yes, but then when it comes to the clickers and the other ones who can actually see you, it's totally different.
Well, because you can distract them with the bottles and bricks that you pick up. You throw it behind them, and then they walk.
You throw that in a
towards
different direction. They go to that, and you can just walk past.
And they're always around those bricks and bottles. Like they're plentiful. So.
Yeah, but the problem with that is which I have, which was getting quite annoying. First of all, there's one bit where you try and throw it, and he throws like such a fucking retard, and it kept hitting.
Whoa!
No, it's fine. Carry on.
He was throwing it, and it kept hitting the top of the wall.
So you know there's like an arc which shows you where the brick land.
But no, it's a big fucking arc, right? And I'm just thinking, you wouldn't throw it like that. But no, I mean that's just being a bit stupid. But
okay, cool.
What I don't like is you make one error with the clickers, and that's it. You're very low on ships. You can't hold many of them anyway. So if you distract one of them, that was the other thing. You distract one person in that, and suddenly everyone knows where you are.
Really? I mean, if you throw a brick in a crowd of clickers, they will all go to where the brick was.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean, if one spots you,
everyone spots you. Yeah, that is true.
Exactly where you are, even though they're isolated in one room, and it doesn't matter where you are. And that annoys me most about a stealth game, because if you can pick people off, which I like to do, you pick people off, then you know, just because one spots you doesn't mean everyone else knows where you are.
I think you'll enjoy it more, Gianni, when you get like further in, when you get a few more guns and a little bit more leveled up, because then you can sort of you have more options. But near the beginning, you really have to play really stealthily. Like I had a lot of trouble with the first part with the clickers. I found it pretty frustrating because there wasn't nothing I could do really. There wasn't much options to sort of take them out and go around it. And obviously clickers are one hit kill, which is, you know, a surprising decision. Which I thought.
I just don't understand a game that's supposed to be so stealthy that you can get swarmed so easily. That's the most frustrating thing is that the game's created so that you only use weapons when you desperately need to, and yet even now the bit I'm playing now, you get swarmed. You make one mistake, you accidentally run into a wall, which is the other thing. I find Joel's movement is so frustratingly slow. I don't care about his age. I know that's an argument a lot of people said. I don't care about his age. He runs way too slow, and he moves so clunky.
So yeah, I'd have to disagree. I think it's perfect. It adds a lot of tension to the game. There are some bits that genuinely like scared the hell out of me because it was like pitch black. There's stuff around, and Joel isn't able to sprint, or he can't melee everyone down. You really have to think about what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of design decisions in that game that do maybe slightly negatively impact the combat and stuff, but it makes perfect sense when you consider who the character is. Like when you're in a melee situation and you're like fighting guys, like you can't just punch them all down. Like as soon as you finish beating up like the second guy, Joel's going to be out of breath, and the next blow is going to knock you on your ass. Like
no, but he's not out of breath. It's not that. It's like this bit here, right? I have to run, and I have to wait in the corner and hold off a horde. And how the hell am I supposed to do that with the weapons I've got at my disposal at the moment?
Whereabouts are you? Try to be non-specific.
I can't be non-specific. I've literally just gone through it, but they still keep coming. Oh, okay.
All right. Have you met any human adversaries yet?
Look, I'm not going to say where I am because I'm not giving anything away. And I know you like, man. You will accidentally say something.
I probably will. All right. Well, after.
But look, listen. The reason why, basically, when I was listening to you and Johnny talking about it, all it was this game's perfect, brilliant, fantastic, great. It looks great and the storyline is great, and the storyline's what's keeping me going. But I think, in an indirect way, it suffers a lot in the gameplay part of it. Just like BioShock, it's not. I don't think it's complete.
See, I agree with you about BioShock Infinite completely, that the actual gameplay itself isn't as good, but I don't know. I really got into The Last of Us's gameplay systems and stuff, man.
Yeah,
whilst I was playing it. So,
but the shooting, I find the shooting exactly as frustrating as BioShock. I mean, the only difference is they're not spongy. They're not spongy, but the accuracy is all over the place. You're in a panic situation, right? The last thing you want in a game is you've got one bullet left or something.
Without giving too many spoilers away, actually, the whole your aim swaying and stuff, that is actually like a gameplay mechanic. Like with the weapon upgrades, you can increase weapon stability, like when you're upgrading your guns, which I know you're not there yet, but you'll start getting that soon. And then that sway will go away as you upgrade those.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when you're getting swarmed. This is what I mean. Like, I know it's not an action game, but when someone's swarming at me, I want to be able to just, in a game, I just want to fire a bullet at one, get a melee weapon out, smack someone else, and then when that breaks, and use my fists or whatever.
Yeah, it's not that sort of game, I don't think.
No, but what I mean is I'm not trying to play it like that sort of game. But what I'm trying to get at is, if it comes down to it.
So you think you're ill-equipped to deal with a horde, which is true.
Well, there's 2 parts. This is the second part where you have to face the horde. It's not like I've made a mistake and people are coming at me. You have to face them.
Yeah.
And yet I'm having to redo it 4, 5, 6 times because when I've gone to shoot somebody, I've missed, and or he's reloaded halfway, which takes fucking ages before you level up. It just seems like they've tried to put. I don't know. I think they penalise you too much for the. It's not designed for the swarm, and you can tell that. But why give you that? Why put you in that situation with the swarm then in the first place?
You should adopt the mantra of, if it's not a clicker, it's not going to get bullets wasted on it. Like that's how I played. Like all the runners, I would melee or kill with the brick, or like stealth kill preferably. But clickers, if I can't stealth kill them and I can't sneak past them, they're the ones that get the bullets. Like that way, you're not wasting rounds on runners that you could just punch down anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying, I wouldn't have got this far if I hadn't put the difficulty down, and that's one of my biggest bugbears with games is if you have a normal difficulty. I don't see myself as a terrible gamer. I don't see myself as fantastic.
Yeah. I
see myself as middle of the run, and I have a feeling that many people are going to end up having to go on to the easier setting just to finish the game, because you get over.
I'll agree with you there, man. I played on normal, and that game was not easy. That game was hard, man. I died a lot of times throughout the game. Like, luckily, it's very forgiving with its autosave feature. Like, It usually autosaves you maybe a minute or 30 seconds from where you were, but man, the amount of times that I got killed and stuff, until you learn like the optimum way of dealing with situations, it happens a lot, mate.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to criticize the game for the sake of criticizing. It really annoys me when I hear people talking about a game and then one of the main mechanics of it seems fundamentally flawed from an early stage, and I'm never bought into this whole thing. Oh, but it gets better as you level up. I mean, that's poor game design.
I mean, personally, I had no problem whatsoever. So, but I can appreciate that some people might. It is difficult, like Ben said.
On the plus side, though, like, it's good that Gianni's had this experience, because then other people may have had this same experience, and it's not just us sucking the game's dick for like 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good to have a different opinion.
Yeah, we've got someone who can point out the flaws that there are with it. Because I'll be honest, I probably am looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, because when I finished it, all I was thinking to myself was, this is probably the best game I've played all generation.
Yeah,
but
me too.
At the same time, when I finished Bioshock Infinite, I was saying the same thing, and then luckily I recorded my little review thing for it a week later, after I'd had time to stew on it, and I realised, actually the combat wasn't that great and stuff, so maybe I'll realise these things about The Last of Us soon, but at the moment I'm still sort of in the afterglow of the game, so...
But sorry, one last thing I was going to say was...
Okay.
When you said about the whole sway with the gun as a game mechanic, at not one point does it even allude to that. I mean, that I can't really go into it again because of the storyline, but there is nothing in there that suggests that you'd be so cack-handed with a gun so big at the beginning. Maybe not cack-handed, but that your accuracy would be so far off.
Yeah.
It probably
would have been best for them to address it, at least in a pop-up or something. But
the amount of dialogue, it would just have been like, it wouldn't have been difficult to put it in, but you've just sort of thrown it on there.
Yeah, so, it could have been quite an intelligent piece of dialogue as well. Maybe if Joel said something along the lines of, "Oh, the sights on this gun are a bit off," and then maybe if one of the other characters was like, "Oh, that's all right, you can sort it out in a bit," that might have sort of alleviated some of it. But I don't know.
So just on the graphics real quick. What do you think of the graphics, Gianni?
Oh, the graphics are fantastic. As I said, I mean, this is why I've tried to take that and the storyline away from my criticism, because they are so strong. It's it can cloud your judgment a bit.
I was saying to Ben, this is like a next gen title already.
It looks like it. Real talk. I watched the Dead Rising 3 E3 gameplay stuff, and I think The Last of Us has better graphics than Dead Rising 3 on Xbox One. So
absolutely insane.
Yeah,
graphics. There's some moments later on as well that will just blow you away, and the lightings.
I think
anyway.
I'd be a bit reluctant to make that comparison, because I have a feeling Dead Rising 3, the way from what we saw of it, it's a very different type of game.
Yeah, open world's always going to suffer, where this is more of a linear structure.
Yeah, no, I was just talking in general about the main character models and stuff.
Okay.
The protagonist of Dead Rising 3, his character model that they were showing off in all the E3 footage, doesn't look anywhere near as good as Joel or Ellie's character models. So that's the only thing I was saying. I wasn't slating it. I bet it's going to be a good game.
No.
Do you have any input, Jamie?
I know it'll be good to hear that, actually. Considering we've just been on a massive rant, you've yet to start the game properly. What does it make you think about it now?
I mean, I had that go on the early access, so I kind of know what I'm, getting myself into, and I think I trust Naughty Dog to have a go at it and do what they got to do with it. I've not been bothered by the reviews, and I've avoided you guys talking about it.
Well, until today.
We're forced into this now, and that's the thing. I'll just find some time soon when I can.
Yeah, be interested to see what you think.
I'm desperate to play it, because I mean, Bioshock has been the best game this year, but then you talk about those rose tinted glasses. I pretty much did the same thing with that game, and the other day I woke up in a cold sweat, and I was just I fucking hate those skyhook things. Just out of nowhere, 5 months later, just decide I fucking hate them. Bastards putting those. But no, seriously, If the podcast had made it out last week, people would have heard that I'd been ill, so I didn't really have time.
Yeah.
And then also that there's been other stuff that I'll talk about when it's my turn.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, Johnny, I'm going to cut you off there because you've managed to spin your segment into a 20-minute Last of Us conversation.
1 second as well. I completed Peace Walker yesterday.
Oh, finally! Yay!
Yeah, that's done. Anyway, that's me over.
Sweet. All right, Jamie, go.
So June 14th, you guys all started playing that game. But that was also the same day that Animal Crossing New Leaf came out. So yeah. So I need to get you guys that haven't played Animal Crossing ever before. I need to get you having a go, and you'll just be changed. Your life will be changed.
I love the DS version. Just throwing that in there.
And like, this just keeps growing, and it keeps expanding and giving you more of what you want. But the things that people would have been crying out for in previous games, they've listened and they give you more. And it is a game that you will pick up every day. Like, I've been on there today, but only quickly to do the things that I want to do on a daily routine. And once they're done, I peace of mind. I can go back on it later if there's time, but at least I know I've done the things I have to do today. Like, I better water my plants because otherwise they're going to die tomorrow.
Better pull up those weeds, man, before they spread.
We saw it firsthand, man, whilst we were waiting to go and see Man of Steel, and you whipped out your DS and you were like, "Oh no, the bug catching contest's finished. Better check my results." Like,
and you won.
I did. First place. I think the biggest problem I've got with this game is I think too many adult males are embarrassed to say they play it or like it, and yet they'd quite happily play the fucking Sims, which is just a shitter version of this game.
Really?
I
didn't think they were directly comparable.
No.
Well, they're the most comparable games on the market other than Harvest Moon to those, right?
Yeah.
So if you try and look, you've got Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, The Sims. Is there anything really else that falls into that same sort of simulation?
Outside of spin-offs of those games, not really.
No, so that's why I drew comparison. Shut up. Right? But seriously, that's the point, is like, let's say adult men would never be embarrassed to say they play The Sims, when The Sims is just a more pathetic version of this game, because all they want to do with that game is just make them have sex. And it's like, if you're sat on a PC doing that, there are fucking websites that you can go to for free to do that. You don't have to make some shitty little characters on screen do it.
Chatabate.com, shout out.
Oh god.
Shares in that one.
Alright, so Animal Crossing, how many hours have you put into it?
Not as many as my wife.
How many hours have you two combined? As a household, how many hours have you put into it, do you think? Estimate.
I would say that myself, probably about 20.
Yeah.
And Lizzie, probably about 60.
Jesus Christ. You guys have hardcored it.
Well, I mean, it's been out 10 days, so that's
still hardcore.
It's not too many. It's not too many hours. That's not too long. That's not bad. Okay. Traveling to the island and getting some fish. But yeah, fantastic. I've done loads of stuff this week though, so leave that one alone. Yeah. I haven't finished Far Cry though.
Do it.
You haven't finished it.
I keep saying I will, and then like I said, if people had heard last week, they would have heard that I was ill. And then this week I had like a really nasty toothache. So
really nasty tissy pegs. Oh no.
There was a point, going back to Ellen Page, there was a point where I was in so much pain, it woke me up in the night, and I was expecting to look down and see some sort of hard candy scene where she was chopping my balls off or something. That's how much pain I was in.
What? What just happened?
Ellen Page throwback to back in the day. She was in hard candy.
I'm so confused.
We haven't seen that movie, so we don't get a reference.
Have you not seen Hard Candy?
I haven't seen Hard Candy.
Ben, after this, please watch Hard Candy.
Ben's after show's sorted. He's already said.
Yeah, this is
material.
It's Ellen Page's best film.
I don't know. I watched Rape Rainn Wilson that one time, as I keep saying to people.
What?
That shit film.
That shit film, yeah.
She's done some good stuff, but no, seriously, Hard Candy is her strongest role for me.
Is it a good film overall?
It's a good film.
I'll check it out, man. It's on my watch list.
Talk about it next week.
I will.
It's old school. It's like 2003.
The Gauntlet.
Yeah, something like that.
On it.
2004. Other than that, though, please watch Despicable Me 2.
Oh, you liked it?
I loved it.
Is it better than the first?
At first, I didn't think so. But then I went back and I thought about it, and I watched the first one again with the little boy and with the little one. Sorry, not with just a little boy. Clarify that.
That did go through my head at first. I was like, hey.
He's yours. You own him. It's fine.
You own him.
Sorry, we've got retard jokes and paedophilia jokes in this week's podcast.
That's
It's
alright.
fine. Don't worry, man. You act like our listener base care.
It's raining potatoes and cheese pizza.
If they cared, they wouldn't be listening to this podcast, man.
They're not listening anymore. They're on chatterbait.com.
They should be on chatterbait.com. If we keep saying it, maybe they'll sponsor us.
What was I saying? Yeah, so Despicable Me, comparing the two, you really do see how bad the animation is in the first one.
Well, it's interesting that you even brought this up, because I watched Despicable Me 1 for the first time last Thursday. And I liked it, surprisingly.
Yeah, I watched it recently as well, and I thought it was alright.
It came out of nowhere, the first one. I think we went to the cinema as just a bit of a chance on it a few years back, and yeah, little one loved it. We liked it. He watches it a lot on DVD, like now, especially leading up to this one. And then we caught it on the preview weekend, and yeah, I think the jokes are right. I think the Minions are growing into their own.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's the Minions that you want to watch it for. They're the best bit about the film.
Really?
And they've got their own...
They were the things I hated the most.
Really?
Any moment with him being nice to the little girls, like, that was what I liked, man. When he was like being a nice father and stuff, like, I was like, oh, bless, man. And then the little Minions would come in and just be like, blah blah blah, and, like, fucking punch each other, and I'd be like, you're ruining the heartfelt moment. Go away. Like,
no, but they get their own film next Christmas. The Minions movie is out next Christmas, but
no way.
But yeah, so the first one was about becoming the father figure for those little girls and changing his ways.
Yeah.
So the second one plays on that even more, and like this anti-villain league, come into his life and want him to go back into the business to help bring down some criminals. Use a criminal to chase the criminals, and then you get this new character played by Kristen Wiig, and like she then starts to become the love interest. So it's nice to see that progress.
All right.
I still don't know what the fucking point of the middle girl is. She has no purpose in the film whatsoever.
Middle girl?
Of the three girls. So you've got like Agnes is the littlest one, and she does all that "Stop flapping" and stuff.
Yeah,
so she's like funny. And then the oldest one is like the oldest one. She's in charge, and she's like voiced by Miranda Cosgrove, so everybody knows who that is, and everybody just like relates it to that. The middle one, yeah, iCarly.
Yeah,
the middle one, what's the point?
I don't know.
She serves no purpose.
That's hate.
They should kill her in the third one.
What?
What the
Try and build. Wait,
what's wrong with you?
Wow.
The guy voiced by Russell Brand in it again.
Yeah, the old scientist, yeah.
He should just smother her with a pillow in the third film for no reason.
Wait, what?
He should just creep into her bedroom.
Who's voiced by Russell Brand?
The old scientist guy that works with Gru.
What, in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in both. Yeah.
That was Russell Brand?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Mind blown.
You get Steve Coogan in the second one as well.
No, seriously?
Yeah, it was Russell Brand. We're not lying to you.
Fucking IMDb that shit, man.
I'm telling you the truth.
Don't even believe it, man.
No, the first one was alright, man. I didn't like it as much as Megamind, though. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, Megamind's good, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I saw that. Watch it, please do.
I shall.
And World War Z, but I don't really have
Russell Brand!
He's still on it.
Russell Brand!
It's not that surprising, dude. Let it go.
No, because I'm a huge Russell Brand fan, and I did not clock him at all. Okay, sorry about that. Carry on.
No.
Okay, now Russell.
All right.
Was there anything else, Jay?
I've done loads. I don't know if I want to tell you all of it though.
Tell us everything.
Just quickly then. So World War Z.
Oh, please.
Kind of watch it, but don't really give a shit that much.
That's what I've been hearing.
How is it as a film? Because when I saw the trailers and I saw the zombies running like a fucking wall of water, I just thought that looks so shit. I didn't want to watch this film.
Yeah.
How does it work in the film?
Right. My main issue going into this was that I didn't want there to be too much action. I wanted to like feel a story coming from his purpose and what he was doing and why his family are important and what how they're going to get him to come back in to doing what he did before. So the film opens with him as some sort of like housewife now, making pancakes. That's all he does. Turns out he used to like be some sort of special top secret agent who could find Wally on a map quicker than anyone else.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is the purpose of Brad Pitt. And so they want him to go and find where this all started from, using some scientist who's really brainy and went to like Oxford or something, and they just end up in South Korea, and then it just like it goes a little bit Resident Evil for a minute, and then it just gets serious again, and then not really anything happens, and nobody makes fucking any sense for the rest of the film, and then it finished.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
You just told us to watch it, man, and it sounds shit.
Well, don't pay to watch it. Oh god, no. I mean, okay, it's if it was on TV, watch it. If it was cheap on like an Orange Wednesday, watch it. Don't bother with the 3D because it'll add too much money. Just it's worth watching.
Yeah.
But I can't say anything about the ending, but the ending just made me like fucking
What?
put my hands in the air and just go, all right, I'm gone.
Done.
Done. Yep, done. Or just save your money, right? Save your money, because This Is 40 came out on Blu-ray this week as well.
What's that?
Which I still haven't seen, man. And if you've bought it, I do want to borrow it at some point.
Yeah, I'll lend it to you. I watched it again last night. I'll lend it to you.
I want to borrow Wreck-It Ralph.
You can do that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, This Is 40 is like the sort of sequel to Knocked Up.
So it is the same characters, right?
Yeah, they play the same characters. They even make reference to the characters from Knocked Up. And Jason Segel plays his same character as well, and he's in it quite heavily. But for me, it's 10 times better than Knocked Up.
Really?
Probably Apatow's best film.
That's just because of what's his name in the starring role, isn't it?
Paul Rudd's it's Paul Rudd's best film.
That's what I thought. You and Paul Rudd, man. It's almost Bradley Cooper level gay.
Oh, don't do that.
Like if it was Bradley Cooper though, I'd want to stroke his face while doing it. I'd probably just want to punch the back of Paul Rudd's head.
Oh man, we managed to jump into gay sex very quick there as well.
There's a lot of anger in this podcast.
Okay,
I noticed.
retards, pedophilia, and gay sex. What else can we cross off the list today? Who's feeling racist?
Oh no, that's where I draw the line, man.
No,
come on.
Yeah. I just have to make it very clear that I draw the line there too.
Oh,
And that's
fuck
not
it.
involved.
You've done enough, Jamie.
I'm done.
Gianni, what have you been up to this week, dude?
Well, a bit of Last of Us. I haven't had a great deal of time to play, but Last of Us. That's pretty much all I'm going to say.
Oh, so you've just played some Last of Us, man. We almost played some Soul Sacrifice, didn't we?
Yeah.
Very nearly.
Like,
Yeah.
we all managed to switch on our Vitas, at least.
I was on the multiplayer screen.
But then we had to
Yeah.
leave instantly as soon as we started. So.
Did we watch Man of Steel? Did
Yeah.
we talk about Man of Steel? Should we talk about Man of Steel? Do we enjoy it?
Yeah,
What did you
guys
we went
think
on
of Man of
about
Steel?
Man of Steel last week for ages. I can't do that again.
Yeah.
No, we'll just do it. We're doing a bridge version, yeah? So, Gianni, what did you think of Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
Sweet. Johnny, what did you think of Man of Steel?
Yeah, good. Watch it. Oh my god.
Jamie, what did you think of Man of Steel?
I think it was good, but Zack Snyder has made better films.
And the world, the terraforming makes no sense.
Stop it, man. You ruined it for me, and now you've almost ruined it for everyone else. I thought it was maybe not the best Superman movie there could have been, but it was the Superman movie we needed right now. He needed to punch stuff. He needed to show a lot of destruction because there hadn't been another Superman movie. It's the end. Watch the film. All right.
And Michael Shannon was amazing.
Yes, he was. He is going to be in a lot more films going forwards. I get it.
And Russell Brand was in it.
That was Russell Brand.
And then they killed the middle girl.
Oh.
Cool. Nice.
Cool. Anything else, Gianni?
I think last week I actually finished Thomas Was Alone, but I'm not going into that.
You liked it, though, didn't you?
Enough. Yeah, it's a nice little game. We'll play it through it again, I think.
We spent so much time talking about Last of Us earlier. I don't want to go into any detail on what I did this week.
What did you do this week?
I finished Last of Us.
What did you think of it? Ooh.
Huh? Well, you guys know I loved it, right?
Yeah.
Every night since I got Last of Us as well. So I was playing Last of Us like after work and stuff, and after I got back from class. And then when I came to bed, I was playing Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS, right? So I'd play a little bit each night, but when I say a little bit, I mean like fucking 3 or 4 hours. Like I'd come to bed at like 11 and play till like 3 in the morning. Come to bed at 12, play till 4 in the morning. So I finished that. I managed to run through it in 35 hours. So
quite a long game then.
When you think that game's also been out for 10 days, and I've only been playing it at night, like, I've been putting in some serious hours every night, man. But no, it was fantastic. It's been a long time since I played a Fire Emblem game. Really enjoyable strategy RPG. Really fun. What else did I do? I started watching a new anime called Attack on Titan.
How is it? What's the story? What's the premise? Sell it to me.
Basically, it's in the future, right? Humans live inside these massive walls. Like, they've got like a small area, like, I say small, it's like about, I don't know, the size of maybe England, a little bit smaller than England. I guess it's in the middle of Europe, walled off, right? And outside of the wall, there's like giants, just like big naked giant people that walk about. Yeah, and they just eat people. They eat humans. So humans have to live inside these towns. And it's about basically the giants attacking their town and like finding a way through the walls and stuff. And like a little army resistance. Well, I say army resistance, like the hope of mankind, like their team, like fighting back and stuff or trying to.
That's pretty good.
It's quite good. It's depressing as fuck.
Nice.
Yeah, I started watching it and I was like, wow, this is really good. I even tweeted, yeah, this is really good. And then by about the 3rd episode in, I was like, man, everybody is fucking sad and everybody's getting eaten up in here. Like, this is actually really depressing. And then it's been that way all the way up until I caught up to date. And there's like 12 episodes to date or something. And it's only just started getting to a point where like they might have a chance and they're not just going to keep getting fucking nommed every second. But no, it's pretty enjoyable. And there's some really sweet animation. If you remember an anime called Air Gear.
Yeah, I love Air Gear.
What it looked like when they were like just going crazy on their little rollerblade things and like jumping through the air and stuff.
Yeah.
They have these like little grappling hook belts that they can like fly about on in this, which has a very similar sort of effect. It looks really cool.
Sounds good.
It's definitely worth checking out, man. But that's kind of irrelevant to our podcast, so I'll move on. What? Why is this podcast now called Ellie Page?
Look at the picture is just Ellen Page and Ellie from Last of Us next to each other.
For God's sake.
Anyway.
Oh, I tell you what else
I gave up.
though.
You were talking about like anime, and I was like, I'm waiting for boobs to come out of this conversation, so I'm going to just start Google searching Ellen Page and Ellie.
Oh, I haven't seen any boobs yet in it. That's the only thing that's missing. There can be some more boobs. What else happened since our last podcast happened? Xbox One reversed all of its policies. That happened.
Yes. And there's and there's a rumor that they're going to what was it? Buggers. Have self-publishing for indie.
For indies. So yeah. They're really trying to catch up now then.
Yeah. Is it too little too late?
No, completely not. Right? So all the policies that I had a problem with, they've basically addressed and they've changed. So it will now play used games. It doesn't require always online. You can switch the Kinect off as well, which is another big thing.
What? Can you?
Yeah, it has to be plugged in still, but it can be switched off.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Right? So it still has to be plugged in, but at least it can be switched off.
So it could still be snooping data?
Maybe, but whatever, man. That's the least of my worries. It was the used game stuff and the online check-in that I cared about most. And it's also going to be region-free. So, which basically means that I'm probably going to get an Xbox One now. So, good job, Microsoft, basically.
Yeah, but in addition,
what do you mean, good
not
job?
at launch.
Oh, no, I should probably make that clear. Like, PS4 is what I'm buying first with you guys, but I am almost definitely going to pick up an Xbox One eventually, because...
Let's be honest, you just saw the Halo 5 and jizzed and got it, and like thinking, oh, I've got it.
I mean, even before, you know, there was games that I wanted to play, but I was refusing to buy it based on their policies, and now that they've rescinded those, like, there's no reason for me not to buy it.
I'm with you, Ben. I'm actually going to pick one up next year.
Really?
I'm going to... I'll probably give it 6 months to see how it goes, see if anything else comes out, but I want Dead Rising 3 in my life.
Wow. I'm not doing that again. You're just trying to bait me into a rant. It's not happening. I do want to play it, but I am disappointed with the direction that they've taken it. There you go. I'll leave it at that for now.
But as far as I'm concerned, if I did pick up both consoles, anything that was multi-platform, I would be with PS4.
Yeah,
I would
same
want
here.
it to be. Yeah, I wouldn't want us to stick to that. I want that to be like our group thing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like a more user-friendly console all around, to be honest.
Yeah.
So why not? And the fact that I'm pretty much only using my PS3 and my Vita outside of my PC right now probably helps that along as well, to be honest. There might be some brand loyalty there, but I don't know. Either way, I'm probably going to end up getting me an Xbox One.
Nice. Maybe. It depends what comes out for it, but I'll stick with the PS4 for now.
Yeah.
Like, for when it comes out, and then if they have like some wicked exclusives, then maybe.
Right, which brings me to another interesting question, right? Do we think Sony would have won E3 even if this had been announced beforehand? So, do we think that Sony still would have had the same reaction and had the same praise after E3 if they hadn't had the We Play Use Games card and stuff to play at the end?
I think the price is still a big factor, and I know a lot of people don't care for the Kinect as well.
You know, I don't think it's even the price. You only have to look at. I mean, it was the pre-E3, I think, which set a lot of people's minds up straight away when they came out with very little gameplay footage, and then I think what I was secretly hoping was that they'd come out into E3 and just hit you with some brilliant games or gameplay footage of some exclusives. You know, give you a real reason to choose Microsoft over Sony, but they didn't. They carried on with some pre-rendered stuff or some games that you can get on both consoles, and they didn't sell it.
I'll be honest, man. Like, to me, it's a shame they didn't show gameplay of Halo 5, but that trailer got me very interested. Dead Rising 3, that stuff was in-engine, man, and like there's some gameplay demos that show you that as well that were rolled around the same time. And Titanfall at the end, although that is coming out on PC as well, that was fucking awesome, man. That's a really strong console exclusive for them.
Just seems. I think it's gonna. I have a feeling the Xbox One or Microsoft on consoles is turning in the way of Nintendo, and they seem like they've been struggling to get those like a good backing from the exclusives. They just, I don't know. I mean, but a lot of their franchises there have got the from the Xbox, the original Xbox, into the Xbox 360. They seem to have started to get a bit stale, like your Fable, Gears of War's 360 anyway. But I mean, we'll always have Forza and Halo, but I don't know. I didn't get excited when I saw the Halo thing. I never got excited for that. I was like, I'm done with it now. So I personally, I don't think I want to get an Xbox until it comes a big price crash, and then all these games are out and they're all cheap. There's nothing really there that made me go, I really, really want to buy it.
I'm probably with you in the price department, mate. I can't see me buying an Xbox One until it's sort of around the £300 mark. So we're probably looking a good year and a half.
I mean less than that.
So
I'm talking about £200 with some games.
Really?
I'm not even
the PS3 is not even that right now, and that's 7 years, man.
No, so you can get 500 gig with Last of Us now for about £200. I've seen, but that's the point. This is what I mean about the Microsoft. I think that wasn't even the price. Even at that point, the DRM stuff didn't come out until the second day. I think it wasn't confirmed until
it was heavily rumored beforehand, though, wasn't it?
It was heavily rumored, but it wasn't. As I said, it wasn't confirmed, and they didn't confirm it until not well after, but a few hours afterwards. When I had the Q&A stuff. So my decision wasn't based on that originally, even though it was sort of playing on my mind. But then it was saying it was with the PlayStation 4. That still had the rumours that it would have very similar things. Not as strong rumours, but the rumours were still there. Especially with the pre-owned, there was always that. And then they said, I don't know. I think it's going to have to take something special for me to consider the Xbox One.
I don't know. I don't want to write it off. What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck is going on? Why is there 5 Elizabeth sucking a dick?
What?
I should post a link to this, man.
Oh, what?
What about then? There's nothing.
What?
Oh my god. You should
That's
probably
weird.
ignore the fact that there was 5
Crazy.
Elizabeth sucking a dick there. Well,
By the way, I just checked IMDb for David Hayter, and yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. He says it as the crying baby.
Oh, fuck.
oh, do you reckon I'll just get him in to voice like baby clone Solid Snake?
I really hope so. It was just him crying. Not even doing the voice, just crying.
Just him crying.
I want my old job back.
They didn't get him, I was going to say, they didn't get him in the studio. They just got him recorded when they told him no.
Just the phone call. Oh my god.
That's brilliant.
So E3 happened, and we had a load of predictions and stuff laid out, and I think we should go over the scorecards, which I think Jamie has.
Yes, I have the scorecards.
Do you want to do the honours then, Jamie, of going through what predictions we got right and stuff?
Yeah. So, to go back over it, we had a dream reveal and a likely reveal for every week. If you got the dream reveal right, you were rewarded with 2 points, and a likely reveal would net you the 1 point. Shall I start with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Because, is it truth? Like, if my predictions were right, and I'm not just saying this because I did shit, but if my predictions were right, then I'd have probably been disappointed in a sense. But the
Why?
fact is, like,
Your dream, you had one of the best games ever dreamed up in your dream.
Yeah, that was
reveals.
never going to happen though. But the thing is, like, to look at my dream reveals and my likely reveals, they could still happen at a later date. But I still came away from E3 with some fucking great games, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So that definitely does not cover up the fact that I scored 0 points.
You got 0. My god.
Right.
Oh,
No Mafia 3, no Skate 4, no new Star Fox Adventures, Mario Hub World, no, not happening. They've just gone with the fucking 3DS game and let it happen. No Space Cops, no Smash Bros. Crossplay. In fact, they're not even coming out at the same time, right?
Really?
Yeah, very disappointed
Yeah,
about that.
they're distanced by a few months. No set release dates, but they said they're not going to happen at the same time. In fact, isn't like one of the lead designers like in hospital right now because he's been working 24 hours a day on this game?
They do that in Japan
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this game might not even happen for a while. So,
No
SSX,
crossplay, bullshit.
nothing there. No Fable 4, no Rainbow Six Patriots, no Crackdown 3. Although they have said today the franchise isn't dead and there will be a new Crackdown soon. So I'm still hopeful. There you go. But yeah, so 0 points for me.
Very surprised, dude. I thought you had, at least 1 point. For
Well,
sure.
I'm so hopeful with the Mario Hub World, and that's my biggest disappointment. Maybe the Smash Bros. Crossplay as well.
Yeah.
That's why I put that as a likely reveal, because I thought, money's on this one.
Well,
It made
Yeah.
sense.
it's still ridiculous that it's not a thing. So
Yeah, it made so much sense, and they lost it.
No, the Vita did it with, Smash Bros. Sony, but
Yeah,
okay.
PlayStation B-rated movie stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's do Ben. Right. Okay, none of your dream reveals, Ben. So no good Resident Evil. You put David Hayter back for Metal Gear Solid 5, obviously at the time. No, I don't think this Crying Baby counts.
no,
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
does.
count. Plus,
No.
I said Snake as voicing Snake, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. No Rival Schools, that would have been nice. No Last Guardian. No Tales of...
Whatever it was.
What is that? Exilia. I've only got the abbreviated. You obviously expanded quite heavily on what you actually wanted there, but yeah. You didn't face palm over any peripherals, did you?
No.
Wasn't anything there. In fact, they kind of just forgotten about this Xbox Room thing, Illuma Room.
The only peripheral that I actually gave a shit about over E3 was the Oculus Rift, and that looks amazing. So
Now it's in HD or something, right?
I don't know. It just looks fantastic, man. I want one. Hurry up and sell them to us, basically.
Fuck it. But yeah, no 3DS Final Fantasy game.
Weak.
Halo 5. There you go. You can have a point.
Yay!
Yeah. And this one, spot on, man. Final Fantasy Versus 13 to be re-released and revealed as Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah. Fucking give me a point for that one, you bastards.
There you go. And then you didn't get the Resident Evil 3DS Vita thingy, so you got 2 points.
Yay!
2 points.
Yay! Ben wins.
Right. Okay, so Gianni. Dream reveals. There was no new anything from Wii U Zelda. No Enslaved 2, unfortunately. We didn't get a rare platformer, did we?
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Did we?
Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong game is a new Donkey Kong Country game. That's a platformer and it's developed. No, it isn't. Never mind.
That's
That was
to me, that wouldn't count anyway.
Wow.
That wouldn't.
yeah, that's retro.
Nintendo Retro. Yeah, so no. No Alan Wake 2. Nothing from the Valkyria Chronicles. No Valve Steambox. So you had 6 Dream, and then that just gave you the chance with 3 likelies. With your 3 likelies, yes, there was a Mario Kart game revealed and shown off. Yes, there was the PlayStation 4 box revealed, but no Last Guardian, so you get 2 points as well.
Nice.
Cool.
2 points also. So Johnny.
Yo.
Right, Dream reveals. A good Final Fantasy. I think we can all agree that was a good Final Fantasy. You get 2 points for that.
Yes.
We didn't see an awesome Vita RPG, did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay. No Little Big Planet cross Vita PS4. There was only Little Big Planet. Sad face, no new Wii U Metroid.
Nope. Oh, fuck.
No Final Fantasy Type 0 thingy.
Nope.
No. No crap Final Fantasy.
No.
Final Fantasy. No, we're fine there.
Yeah.
I don't know. People
was it
argue about Final Fantasy 14 for PS3, but
No, it's looking pretty good.
yeah, I think it looks pretty good, so I wouldn't give you the point anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I would don't want the point.
We got some ports to Vita, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. So you can have a point there.
Yeah.
No Gears 4.
No.
No Last Guardian.
No. I said that as well. Fuck.
But we did get Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes!
So you're on 4 points.
Johnny got 4 points, so double the next closest person.
Yep.
Jammy
We'll double-
fucker.
I was
Double the
so
other
happy
points put
about
together.
Kingdom
There you
Hearts
go.
3.
I wish I'd have said Kingdom Hearts 3 as well now in my dream reveals, because it was my game of the show, I think. So,
Yeah.
god damn it.
Even though it was shown very early. Sorry. Carry on.
For me, somebody who doesn't play Final Fantasy, can I just say yes, please, to Final Fantasy 15 with your taking away turn-based,
Yep.
making a game that looks absolutely stunning. All of the focus coming out of E3 has been put on how nice Metal Gear Solid looked and so on, but let's just stop and appreciate how good Final Fantasy looked.
Yeah. Those
That-
set pieces.
To be fair, that game, if it didn't have a Final Fantasy logo at the end, you wouldn't be able to call that as a Final Fantasy game, I don't think.
Well,
No.
no, the characters are still
No.
very Tetsuya. Well, it's like a new Kingdom Hearts.
They
Well, the
do look a
character
bit faggy, man. They do look a bit One Direction, but
He says as he tweeted that.
I'm fine
Oh,
with
okay.
Tetsuya Nomura's art design. I like it.
But what do we think about the E3 scorecard then? Any surprises?
slight disappointment, but at the same time, I'm glad that there was games like The Division that made it look amazing, even though none of our dream reveals came up.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not disappointed that my dream reveals and likely reveals didn't come up, because they could still happen at another time, but I still got some great games coming out of this. So, exciting time.
In retrospect, I'm fairly disappointed that all we asked for, really, in our dream reveals and likely reveals were iterations and sequels. Like, there was no, like, oh, I want a new type of this game or a new type of this game. Like, which is kind of disappointing in retrospect. Like, I am someone who really enjoys new IP, so why I didn't ask for them in my dream reveals and stuff, I don't know. But
Yeah.
But then when you're making it up on the spot 2 minutes
dream
before
reveal
the
as-
podcast starts.
Exactly.
Yeah. And don't forget, a dream reveal. I mean, you want something that is unlikely to happen, but I was taking it as more of a nostalgic or something I played before, and like would like to see an improvement or a follow-on from it, like your favorite franchise, for example, which I think is what Johnny did. That's what I took it as. So you don't want to go anything too obscure, even though we did get a bit carried away. with one of them.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping we're going to try and do the same sort of thing for Tokyo Game Show. So, well, if you guys are down for doing it for Tokyo Game Show, so I'm just going to be a little bit more vague with my predictions, man.
Yeah, like a clown, Charlie Brown. I'm on it. Yeah, we'll do it. That's in September 9th or something.
I mean,
it's a little while before I start doing
Gamescom. We've got Gamescom in the interim, but I don't think we're going to get many new announcements at Gamescom.
Have you in the interim?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of that, Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Oh my god, when's that happening?
That?
Like July 12th, so make it happen.
Are we all on it?
Doing it, yeah?
Yes.
I'm on it like a car bonnet.
Too many people I'm speaking to are just like, oh, it looks shit. And it's like, fuck off. You watched Transformers. I guarantee when you were younger, you watched Power Rangers when they went Megazord and fought big things. Shut up.
I know. What is wrong with you? It's giant
robots
robots
fighting Godzilla. What more do you fucking want? What more do you want
This
from
film
a
has
movie?
everything. Even that's that one black guy that everyone loves that I don't know who he is.
Token.
No! Wow, we had to get racism eventually, didn't we, Johnny? Fuck's sake, man.
Is it Peep Show's Johnson, you successful business?
Oh wait, that's him, isn't it?
No, is it not? Is it the guy who plays Luther or something from that show?
That's the guy, yeah.
No, it's Luther Vandross. It's just Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross. I'm really
He's
excited
actually
for that
suing
film.
over likeness.
What? Every single time a new trailer comes out, I get even more excited. I want to see it, man. So we're definitely going to go see that. A new trailer for 302 came out as well. What do you guys make of that?
Don't care. The film's been postponed.
Is it?
Is it?
It's meant to be out this year. It's like now late, like March, April next year or something.
Yeah, I see that it was March next year. I didn't know it was postponed though.
It's supposed to be out before August. Yeah.
Oh, that's
end of July sort of time.
Kind of disappointing. But 301 is one of my favourite films of all time. So it's just so pretty, man.
That's a Zack Snyder film.
It's like art, man. Like the way it goes all slow motion and there's the blood arcs and stuff. It just looks pretty in a really desolate, violent kind of way. I like it. I love it, man. No 300 fans.
No, I am a 300 fan, but like I said earlier, when I said Zack Snyder's done better films, I'm thinking more of his Dawn of the Dead reboot.
Okay, yeah, that still is probably his best film to date, man.
That was his first major Hollywood release, and it's still his best.
Apart from "Fuck Me Harder, Steve," that was kind of unnecessary in that film, but
everybody remembers that bit. Everybody.
And the head in the box right at the end. Spoilers in the boat.
What's in the box?
Ugh.
I love how you always say spoilers halfway through the spoiler. Thank you.
Wait, it's a credit sequence, man. That's not even relevant to the story. So it's not really a spoiler.
That is irrelevant.
What? Because there's a head in a box. There's a head in a box.
Never mind. You're losing it now.
Losing everything.
Anyway, what are we doing?
I think we're done.
Yeah, we're pretty much done, man. It's just plugs and saying goodbye to everyone, really.
Oh yeah, we got a YouTube channel. Shit.
We do have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to upload stuff to that?
Just because you didn't fucking record the podcast, you could have still put something on there.
I know, man. The good news is...
That's kind of the plan, but...
Crazier things have happened, Ben, because you used the Twitter feed as well.
I know, that did happen as well.
That did happen.
That's as bad as someone divided by 0.
Well,
that's what happened.
As of next week, I've got a lot more free time, so expect more content, more varied content going up on the YouTube channel.
What do you mean more from you? Time?
Yeah. Well, my classes finish, man, until September after Friday, so
you got more time to do nothing.
Exactly. So expect me to be doing something.
Wow.
To kill
Chatabate.com.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Chatabate.com, man.
So, Johnny.
We need to end this, man. Johnny, is there anything you want to plug?
No, that's it. It's already ended.
It's already ended.
With the little gap, just end it there.
No, we need to say goodbye. I'm tempted to do it now. Fuck it. If you want to get in contact with us and ask us some questions, please ask us some questions. We need something to do at the end of the podcast. You can reach us on You can reach us on the official GSC Twitter channel, which is gsc_games. If you want to get in touch with me directly, it's xwgxlouchy on Twitter. If you want to get in contact with Johnny, it's
JIYONI_DESU.
Sweet. If you want to get in contact with Gianni, it's
G5PAG.
And if you want to get in touch with Jamie, it's
Jamie_Connolly.
That's Jamie spelled JAIME, not the other way around. Okay. Sweet. Well, thanks for joining me, guys.
It's all right.
Hopefully, it actually recorded this time. If it didn't, I'm going to kill myself. All going well. This happened, and we'll see everyone next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.